incredible to be here for the season of AI. And so, for those who don't know me, I'm Abhishek Bhattacharjee. I'm currently working as a software engineering intern at Pendler. Apart from this, I have a good inclination towards the AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and a good grip with the cloud aspects as well. So today we will be looking into what Azure AI can do for you. It can do wonders for you. It has lots of capabilities that we will be able to leverage, and based on that, we will be building a application. Hands-on application for the recognition with the help of the Azure AI services. So today we will be building an intelligent applications with the Azure AI. That is going to be a hands-on introduction because I want to keep it more on the hands-on part rather than to be on the theoretical side, so that you can even leverage those services to use it for your own application. You can build your own custom AI application by leveraging the power of the Azure AI services. So I'm Abhishek Bhattacharjee, everyone. I'm working as an SWE at Pendler. So let's move on to today's session. Cool. So before starting the Azure AI session, I would like to give a glimpse of the Azure AI Studio. So Azure AI Studio is basically a tool where you can build where you have been given so many types of Azure AI services which you can leverage to build custom AI application for your use. Apart from this, it offers a plethora of services which you can use without even the need for developing your own services from scratch. It provides everything as per pay as you go model. So it has been currently placed in the public preview. So let me show you a glimpse of it. So this is Azure ai.azure.com. It has been put in the public preview. So as you can see, it has so many sorts of services that are provided for the speech, for the language, translator, vision, for the document, the content safety that you can use for an organization, for the safety of your devices, and to protect your overall organization for any sort of threats or anything. Yeah. So apart from this, before moving on to the more hands-on part, let's understand what exactly is Azure AI. Why do you need Azure AI? There are lots of cloud services are available, but why Azure AI? So Azure AI, trust me guys, it's a game changer in the realm of the application development. It changes the way how you develop applications earlier, and how you are developing applications now with the help of the AI provided by the Azure. Azure has lots of services provided, but as of now, they have introduced AI in them because it's a time of AI, definitely. So they have many sort of services which you can use for variety of purposes. It can be for the machine learning, it can be for the scalability, it can be for security, and lots of services which are available. So it is a comprehensive cloud platform that offers a wide range of AI services. It empowers developers, scientists, data scientists, and the businesses to build an intelligent application without having the knowledge of any sort of tech stack. You can just take the service into use and you can build your own application, that the application can observe, the application can give the security to your organization, can see, can hear, can detect everything it can do. And it simplifies your life in a nutshell if I talk. So you don't need to have a prior knowledge of any of the services using, because apart from the services they are providing, they have a wonderful documentation that they provide for each of the services. So if anywhere you get stuck, suppose we will be in this session using cognitive services. If in any case we stuck with any of the services, we can just type the service and write the documentation. It will provide you, very good organized documentation which you can go and leverage and use it in your application. So this is the Azure services. So this is our definition. I know this is quite boring for everyone, but before going further, we need to know this kind of things. What is Azure AI? Why are we learning it? Right. So this is the available AI services, that is anomaly detector, Azure AI search. You can see lots of services: face, immersive reader, language understanding, personalizer, Q&A maker, speech, translator. It has lots of services, lots and lots of services which you can use. It will take you months and years to learn all the services and to master. And one thing I just want to let you know, you don't need to have a knowledge of all the services. You only need to know those services which are used at your organization, or the services which you will be using for your personal use. Why? Because it is not practically possible to master each of the services, right? So you will be learning those services which are of your use only. Cool. Apart from this, if I just move on to the next slide, I will just want to take back to the November 2021. What usually used to happen before the AI? How the Microsoft introduced the concept of AI? What was the timeline? So we will just look into the timeline of how the Azure AI services in the latter slides. Apart from this, we will just look into what Azure AI is, how it has evolved over the years, and what the services they provide. So initially, the Azure AI services looked like this. See, so we will move slightly above. So at the first, we can see it has given the ML platform. So earlier, Azure was having a machine learning platform. It is having now as of now, but with more powers and more capabilities and less complexity. So it has an Azure machine learning platform. And slightly, if we move above, they introduced cognitive services. And in cognitive services, they have lots of services that they provide. That is vision, speech recognition, language detector, decision maker, and lots of services. These are only the few that I've mentioned that is majorly used in the industry and for the application development. And then later, after November 2021, based on the customer feedback, they developed applied AI services. So basically, these three sections were meant for the data scientists and the developers. I mean, these are the services that the developers and data scientists will be using. That is applied AI services. They provide the bot service, cognitive search, form recognizer, video indexer, metrics advisor, immersive reader, and lots of services. Then Microsoft collaborated with, the OpenAI company to develop the Azure OpenAI service. Later, they introduced the Azure OpenAI services under the section of the cognitive services. Because it's a cognitive services, lots of things can be done with the help of Azure OpenAI. Right. Then slightly if we move above, we can see that they have provided application platform, that is AI builder. This is the capability of the artificial intelligence, the Power BI, Power Apps that you use usually today. And the data scientists and the data analysts can connect more with me on this particular segment. The AI builder, Power Apps, Power Automate. Power Automate is a wonderful tool that I even use on my personal day-to-day activities. It has so many capabilities. I can take a screenshot. I can recognize the test based on this. I will show you some of the capabilities in the later section. So not to worry, you have to just sit and listen. And if we slightly move above, these are the applications that the Microsoft provides, like the Microsoft 365 suite for the office, Microsoft Dynamics 365, and the partner solution, lots of things. These are basically meant for the business users that the business will be majorly using for their own use. Now, if I just talk about how did they develop, how did they evolve, so let's go to that. So, what is the hype all about? We are talking lots and lots of services that are provided by the AI. But what is the hype all about? Why we are talking about AI? And how did it evolve? Okay, so let me tell you the timeline of the Microsoft. How did it evolve? So basically, before moving into the timeline, I would just like to give a light on the image. So this image, you can see the capability. This image has been generated by the service that you all use in day-to-day life. That is Copilot. That is Copilot in the Microsoft Bing that is provided to you. I have given a prompt, create a 3D image of a bush with unique blue leaves and the conceptual design, and this generated an image like this. It has provided even more good images, but due to constraint for the space, I was not able to put all those images. But it has even, you can see what is incredible. That's a mind-boggling image that it has given me, right? And this was generated by the Copilot. You can see what capabilities it has, what it can do for you. It can do wonders for you if you just want to leverage the AI in the correct manner. So if we talk about the Microsoft timeline, so in June 2022, Microsoft developed a Copilot that was a pair programmer that can be integrated with most of the application, most of the IDEs that you use today. Even in the Visual Studio Code, you can see you have a GitHub Copilot that you can use. If I say, if you just press and enter, it will give you suggestion. It will give you the code. Just write down what do you need. If you just want write a React hook for me for a particular application, it will just give you the hook. And based on your requirements, you can just change it. So Microsoft introduced the GitHub Copilot that was a pair programmer that was available for everyone and has been integrated with many of the IDEs nowadays. Then in 2022 October, Microsoft launched their designer, Microsoft Designer. So it was basically meant for the content creators for creating high level of illustration and the graphics for their own use. So you can see, it has even developed an AI services for the content creators as well. Then in January 2023, ChatGPT came, and that is AOAI, is Azure OpenAI Services, was generally available for the public use for everyone. As you can see, I will be showing you when we'll be building the project. So Azure OpenAI Services was publicly available for everyone to use. Then slightly move on. If we just move on to the February, actually it should be actually it should be February 2023. So Microsoft extends their partnership with OpenAI. They just wanted to collaborate with OpenAI company, and as you know, Microsoft has now acquired the OpenAI, and OpenAI is working under the Microsoft for developing their own services for the R&D and everything. So in February 2023, finally they have collaborated and developed. They have developed their own new Bing and Edge with the power of GPT-4. Everyone used to ask me, Abhishek, how can I use GPT-4? Because my ChatGPT has GPT-4o, but I'm not able to use it for free. I have to buy it for the 1,600 per month or something around $20. So how can I use it for free? So I suggest to go with the GitHub, the GitHub Copilot that is provided you with the Bing, right? So in March 2023, ChatGPT and GPT-4 was introduced finally in the Azure portal. That is Azure OpenAI service was introduced in the Azure portal. And in the same month, Microsoft 365 suite that was basically meant for the business purposes was integrated along with the Copilot, and they introduced a combination of that was totally something that no one could even imagine what it can do for you. You can even chat with the PDF. You can even do it can even do the calculation in the Excel. If you don't know the formula for Excel, how to calculate a particular column, how to calculate or add the particular column, you can just type it, the column name, the column number. It can do the calculation for you. So see what capabilities it can do, and what it has for you. Cool. So that was all about the timeline, what is Azure AI and how it evolved. Now there can be a question, Abhishek, tell me one thing. You have told me everything about what is Azure AI and what are the timelines, how it evolved. I can see that it has lots of features, but why should I build with Azure AI? Right. So that's a good question. So let me tell you, there are lots of factors because of which you should be using Azure AI. But considering, the project and the product that we will be building, I will be considering these three factors. That's first one is the faster development. The faster development means without having the prior knowledge of any of the tech stack, without having the need to build your build your machine learning model from scratch, to train it, to test it. It has a machine learning model provided, pre-provided to you just for your use. You can just take it. You can just take the service and use it for your purpose. So it can save your time. It can save your time, and it will help you to focus rather than developing, to focus on innovative solution. Think for the innovative solution. So you can see it provides you with a faster development process, then the lower cost. Of course, if you build your own machine learning model, if you know, it's a very good thing. But if you don't know, you have to outsource it. You have to hire developers. You have to hire machine learning engineers for developing your model. For now, hiring machine learning engineers is not enough. You have to utilize the resources, right? You need a lot of RAM for processing, for the training and everything. So Azure provides you a service that you can just use for, you can just pay for what you use. That is pay as per you go model. It has a pricing model named as pay as per you go. You will just pay for what you use, so that it will lower the cost of the development and then increase scalability. Suppose at a certain point of time, I realize that my business is growing, rapidly, exponentially. So what I will do, I have to just, if I'm on a physical infrastructure, I'm developing my own infrastructure, I have to buy more RAMs, more hard disks, more servers. But with the help of the Microsoft Azure, it basically is a cloud platform. It can automatically scale up and down based on the user needs. So you don't have to worry whether the server will crash or the server will not crash. You have to pay more, I have to pay less, something like this, right? So it will provide you the increased scalability. These are the three major factors for which you should be using Azure AI, and I think this sums up the total the total factors that are involved when developing the AI and developing any application. We should be concerned with these three factors mostly. Now, I have told you everything about the factors. Why should you be using the Azure AI? Now, let's see what are the key Azure services that are required for building custom AI application, custom intelligent artificial intelligence application. So, see, there are lots of cognitive services that are provided by the Azure. But for the sake of for the sake of your discussion and for the project that we will be building, I have given a constraint and have given the brief of only those services that we will be using it, so that we can save your and my time as well. So the first one is the computer vision. So computer vision is, it can extract insights from the images. You will just provide an image, it will give you all the insights, what it has observed, how many people are there, what is the thing, it is a scenery, it is a landscape, it is a portrait, everything it will give you. Then natural language processing, any language that you natural language is something, the language that we speak locally. If I say I'm Abhishek, I'm Abhisheku. So natural language processing is something, it mimics the human brain and the way we speak, right? So it has a capability, Azure AI has a capability of NLP as well. Then the speech services. Many of you know that there is a service for speech recognition nowadays in Microsoft, right? It can read you aloud. There is the option read aloud. It can read all the content that has been there for you. So that is a speech recognition, right? You can speech, you can transform the speech to text or text to speech or everything, right? There is a video analyzer as well that I will be talking about. Now the last one is cognitive search. Cognitive search means, cognitive thinking means the way that we think, that is more concerned with the human brain, that is known as cognitive search, that involves the thinking capability. So now with the coming of the Azure and the other cloud platform, now we have the cognitive search capability as well. It will enrich your search experience with by giving you only those results which are relevant to your search. Not like Google, if you search about give me the flowers, it will give you enormous number of flowers. But if I had to be precise, again it will give you enormous number of flowers, right? Varieties of flowers. But with the help of cognitive search, we can be more precise, and it will give you only those services and those results which are morely concerned with your search result, right? Now let's move on. We have talked a lot about what is Azure AI and why should we use it, what are the services of Azure AI, and lots of things. But now you might be getting bored. Yeah, Abhishek, let's do something. I just want to see the product that we will be building today. Cool. So here's the time. So now it's a demo time. So what we will be building today? So we will be building an AI powered image recognition app. So what it will do, let me tell you what it will do. So it will basically, it will just put an image, it will just give an image and as an input, and it will recognize all the things in the image. Suppose there's a scenery, it will give you that these are the trees, the color of the tree is green, and there are people, XYZ people, and there is something. If any object that will be there, it will recognize you, and it will give the output in the JSON format, right? We will be coding in such a way that it will give you the output in the JSON format. And so now you might be asking, Abhishek, so it seems like a very quite complicated project. So what are the tech stacks that are involved? So just wait and see that we will be using only two tech stacks. That is fun. The first one is Python. The second one is computer vision. Only two things. The computer vision, we will be using just the endpoint and the keys, and the complete thing will be done using the Python. These two, if they combine, it has it can provide a lot of features that other languages can't do. Python is basically built for this type of application only. So we will be using only two things, tech stack. That first one is the Python, the second one is the computer vision API that will be used for the recognition, image recognition, right? So what will the steps involved? Okay, so user will upload an image through the user interface. Then image is sent to the application server that is on the Azure AI, Azure cloud platform, right? The application server is on the Azure AI platform. Then application server sends the image to Azure cognitive services, right? As I've mentioned, cognitive services are the services which are more concerned with the thinking capability. So they think about what are the things that are there in the image, what are the objects that are there. Then the computer vision API analyzes the image and return the results in form of what? In the form of JSON format. Application server processes the result. Results are displayed to the user through the user interface. As of now, due to the time constraint, we will not be building the user interface. You can just build that. I will just showing you in the terminal in the form of the JSON format. Cool. So let's move on to the project part. That is quite that is going to be quite interesting, right? So firstly, we'll just go and I will just create a folder known as Azure AI. Let me give it the name. Then apart from this, I will just I'm just going to create a new folder, or for the image recognition, I will just creating a new folder. I can just open it with code. Okay, my bad. I will just open it with code. So I'm into the VS Code, right? I'm into the VS Code, and just for the sake of showing you, let me tell you that it has Copilot as well. I just use GitHub Action and a Codium as well. So for your use, you can just use GitHub Copilot. See, this is GitHub Copilot. I use it for my day-to-day tasks, and it saves a lot of time for me. I just don't do write the DSA question and gives a solution. No, not like that. For the tasks which are quite repetitive, I use it for that purpose. So make sure you are using the GitHub Copilot for only those things which are quite repetitive, and it can save your time. If you only know the things which are not of use and which can save your time, use GitHub Copilot for that. It is meant for only that purpose only, not for coding the complete application, right? So I'll just make make Python script, write a Python script. That is, I will give it the name Python. Image recognition. Okay, let me rename it. Image recognition py. Okay. So this is the script that I've written. That I will be writing here now. And apart from this, let me tell you, before moving on to writing the script, I will just go to where Azure portal, azure.microsoft.com, microsoft.com. Actually, there are lots of things that I do with the Azure, so that is Azure. Okay, so this is basically a portal of Azure AI. I will be giving you the resources from where you can just learn more about the Azure AI. Okay, for those who who are students, you can just go with the free trial. Azure provides the 1 month of free trial. It gives you around the credits of 16,000 rupees, right? You can just use it for your own and develop great projects with it, right? So you can just use it for that purpose also. Apart from this, I will just go to sign in. Okay, just a second. Yeah, okay. So I will just go to sign in, and it will take me to the main portal. Yeah, so this is the portal. As you can see, the domain is portal.azure.com. You can just type it directly and it will give you the portal. I wanted to show you from the scratch. As you can see, it is saying that I have credits remaining of 16,700. So I'm in a free trial. Subscription is free trial. So even you can use it for the 1 month. And I think 1 month is quite enough for you to learn about the services. You can use it for, you can completely utilize it for learning purpose, right? So for our project that we will be building, we will be using the computer vision API. That is a computer vision that I will be clicking. Or if you don't find it, since I use it on a frequent basis, so I can see. If you don't see it, you can just search about computer vision. See, you can see computer vision. You can just click on it. It will take you to the same page. Right. See, right. Now I want to create a computer vision API. So what? So how can I create it? I will just click on create computer vision. Right now it is loading. It will take me to the Azure portal where I can create the computer vision API. Now it is asking me for the subscription. I want to go with the free trial. Of course, I want to be in the free trial. What should be the resource group? You have to create a resource group basically. So since I have a resource group, I will be just selecting this only. If in case you don't have a resource group, for the new users, you won't be able to see any kind of existing resources. You can just create, click on create new, and have to just give the name. It is quite easier. Quite easy, right? Then I just want to select a region which is quite near to your region. Quite near to where you are sitting right now. So I find East US, which is quite near to me. And apart from this, name, I can give it any name, that is Azure Intelligent Application. I can give it a name like this, and it will give me this name is available. Now pricing tier. There are two pricing tier that will be given to you. The first one is standard, that is S1. It is a pricing tier model. The second one is free. I just want to go with the free, and as you can see, it shows you that it gives a provision for 20 calls per minute and 5,000 calls per month. right? After that, you have to pay as per you go, right? You have to pay for what you use. Now I will just click on the checkbox, and I will just click on review plus create, and it will show me the information that I have chosen, and based on that I will click on the create. It is taking some amount of time, and after that I will click on the create. It is initializing the deployment because it has to deploy in the cloud should know about it, right? I have created a computer vision API, so it should know about it. It is submitting the deployment. Now I will be able to see the computer vision. So we'll just wait for a moment till we see this. Cool. So as you can see, the deployment is in progress, and if I just will click on the Azure AI, I can just see go to the resource group. I can see the keys and the endpoint that I will be using. So this is the keys and this is the endpoint that we will be using. So try not to use it for your own use, because I will just terminate it just after this session, right? Because I have to pay upfront for your use. So don't copy the keys and the endpoint. It is quite specific for me only. You can just try for your own use. So now that we have the keys with us and the endpoint, we will just now go to write our script for the image recognition. Okay. So firstly, we will write it in Python, right? So I will just write it quickly. So I will import the request, right? I will import the request for my use. Okay, I have written the request. So request is used for what? See, this is a URL. This is the URL we're talking about. It is giving me suggestions based on what I'm writing. So this is the power of GitHub Copilot. This is giving me suggestion on what is your use, what you should be doing. It is thinking about what can be the next step. It is giving a suggestion based on that, right? So I've imported the request library of Python to send HTTP request to the server. Of course, I have to communicate between the Azure AI platform and my operating system. So I have to send a request. So request will be in the form of HTTP. So I will import the request. Then I will import the JSON format. Why JSON format? Because I want that the output should be finally given in the form of JSON format in the terminal. Right. The next one is I will import the OS module. The OS module is basically used to interact between the Azure, not for sending the services and not for sending the request. It is basically meant for sending the interacting between my operating system and the cloud server. Right. It is basically meant for that only. Now, apart from this, it is suggesting me that replace subscription key with your valid subscription key. Okay. Of course, I will do. So before that, I will be giving a subscription key. So this is subscription key. Okay, so I will be giving my own subscription key in a while that we will be pasting here. Apart from this, we will be giving it endpoint, right? This is the endpoint that we will be using it. So this is the endpoint that will be using it. So this is the subscription key. This is a key. One of the key you can copy any of the key, right? You can either copy key 1 or you can copy key 2, and the endpoint would be this only. This is the endpoint. The endpoint that will be pasting at the end. Apart from this, okay. So I have now imported the I imported the modules as required, the subscription key and the endpoint. What next? So next, I need to analyze the URL. URL of what? The URL of the image that I will be providing, right? So the URL will be image analyze URL URL. So that would be basically endpoint plus this vision v3.2 analyze. So this you can find with the help of documentation provided for the cognitive services, right? So this is a model that we will be, so this is a service that we'll be using for analyzing. So if I just complete it, it will be the endpoint. This is the endpoint, right? This is the endpoint. If just paste it here, endpoint plus this. So you have heard about string concatenation, right? So string concatenation is same like this. I will be writing this. Apart from this, it will concatenate this for the use. Apart from this, now we have given the analyze URL. Now it will analyze the URL, I know, but it will analyze what? It will analyze the image. So for that, I have to give the image path as well. So for the image path, I will be saying there will be a folder that I will be pasting the folder here in a while. So it will be a folder, right? What next? What more do I need? Okay, it has an image path. Now it can't directly recognize or process the image path. It has to break it into bytes. As you might be knowing that image are broken down into pixels. So for the recognition, machine learning models breaks the image into bytes of array. So we will be, we will be building it, separating it with the help of the image data. data. So firstly, I will be opening this image data, that is open what? Image path, that is the image path. RB is read the binary mode, read in binary mode, right? It will break it into bytes, and the function is read. You have to read the image path, right? After this, I have to give certain headers. Okay. So it is giving me suggestion just to save your time. I'm just taking this taking the suggestion given by the GitHub Copilot. So the headers would be the OCPM API and subscription key, that is subscription key. The content type would be the application octet stream, right? So this is the content type. You can just find it from the documentation provided by the GitHub Copilot. Provided by the cognitive search, right? Apart from this, I have given the headers. What next? For analyzing the image, what sort of parameters that I want for the image to be recognized? Suppose I want only the colors, I want only the background, I want only the peoples that are there. So likewise, I have to give certain parameters, right? Certain parameters. So for that, we will be taking the params, right? We will be taking the params, and the params would be the first one is visual features. Okay, I don't want all of this, so I will explain you as we move on. The first one is visual features, and in visual features, I just want the categories, description, and the color. Just that. I don't want anything else, right? And just to save your time, and the thing that we are more concerned with. I don't want the extra feature, the params. Only the three parameters I want: the categories, description, and the color. It will give you the the background color. It will give you the foreground color. Everything it will give you in upfront, right? And apart from this, the last one should be, I need to make a response as well, right? For making the response, why? Because I need to send a request. How it will analyze? I need to send a request. So for sending the request, I will send a request dot post to what? It will send the request to for analyzing the URL. This is the one, right? So this is the one. It will analyze the URL for the parameters: headers equals to headers, params equals to params, data equals to image data. Okay, sorry. Cool, right? So these are the params that based on that it will be analyzing the image, right? The last one should be the response. Okay, in case of any sort of errors that could happen, it will raise the error. It can be 401, right? Or 429, or for 401 for unauthorized access, or 429 for rate limiting, right? These are the different codes for the requests that are made. The last one would be, I will be analyzing the response.json, and lastly I will print the analysis, right? And lastly I will print the analysis. So this is the basic thing that I will be doing it for analyzing my images, right? And apart from this, I want something else as well. I just don't want to print the analysis. I just want to print the analysis in a particular format. That is json.dumps, and it will give you the analysis by indentation of I want just say indentation of 2, let's say. Okay, indentation of 2. And the lastly, I will just print the details. I will just print the analysis or the description. Okay, and based on that, it will give you the analysis. Okay, analysis. Then it will give you the description. Okay, description, caption, at array number 0, and it will give you the text. The last one would be the print. Print would be the tags here. And apart from this, tags could be analysis. Analysis. Okay, the description and the tags. Okay, I don't want the detailed section here, and this it will give you the tags only. Just that, only this much. Okay, don't need to do anything else for the recognition of our data. Okay, I was just now talking about the image path. So what should the image path? So before giving the image path, I need some images for assessment. So I will just copying this image folder. I will just show you. It has lots of images. See, it has images like I'll be analyzing these images. I have kept some images in advance. Okay, these are the images that we'll be analyzing. So I will just cut it. I will cut it and I will paste it here. Okay, and as you can see, this is an image folder. Now, where is my image? So image is in my images folder. And which image I want to analyze? Say I want to analyze image number 1. This image number 1. Okay, let's take a more complicated image so to show you the capability of it. Okay, let me take this. Okay, I will just rename it just for the sake of convenience for me. That is image2.jpg. I will just give it image2 dot, okay, image2.jpg. Okay, that's it. Last one is subscription key. Subscription key would be the one that I have, the key that I have with me. Okay, this is the subscription key. Cool. So this is a subscription key. That's all. That's all. I need nothing else. I need nothing else. Okay. Now what next? I just will go create a new terminal. I will just create a new terminal. What I will do, I will just run the Python script. I will just run the Python script and let's see what it will give. Hopefully it should not give no any sort of errors. So let's see image recognition.py. Okay, sorry. It should be Python image recognition recognition.py. Yeah, that's it. Let's wait and watch what it gives in return. We can wait for a file. It will analyze the image. It is analyzing the image, right? It will give detect all the objects that are there. See, wonderful. We can see it is given you the categories. What is the categories? Name is others. It doesn't know about what is a category, right? The score is basically confidence. I mean, how much confident the model is with the results that it has given. It is 0.01. It is between 0 and 1, right? The name is outdoor. It is saying that the image is somewhat of a outdoor, right? And the score is the confidence score is of 0.003, and the landmarks is nothing. It is quite empty, right? What it has observed, color is black. The foreground color is black. The color background is brown. Okay, what else? Okay, let me show you the image first. Okay, see the okay, here. See, the foreground color is black. It is saying the foreground color is black. Absolutely, we can see the foreground color is black and the background color is brown. We can see. But dominant colors are black, brown, and gray. It is a combination of this, right? The accent color is given, right? A description. What are tags? Tags is given in the form of an array, right? So what it has observed? Laptops, electronics, indoor, table, computer. See, look, I'm just amazed by the capabilities of it. It is sitting, wooden, photo, desk, open, different, mouse, old, screen, lots of things. Okay, text, an open laptop, computer sitting on top of a wooden table. You can see it is quite wonderful. Yeah, it is given in the correct description. Confidence is 94%, right? And request ID, it is a request ID. Based on that, we can debug if in case any error occurs, right? The metadata is height is 2633, width is 3964, format is JPEG. As you can see, that is a format that we have given, JPEG or JPG. Both are nearly the same in terms of, if we don't go to the dynamics of it. Now I'm not I just want Abhishek, let me I don't believe it. Show me something else. Okay, let me show you something else then. Okay, if I take the example of this one. Okay, let me do it image3.jpg. Okay, let me show you image3.jpg. Cool. I'll just save it and run this script again. Let's see what it gives now. Okay, before running the script, I will clear the terminal. And I will do it again. So I will run the script again. Cool. So this is the script, right? So let's wait and watch what it can give me. So image 3 is basically what? Image 3 is 2% standing on the street. Let's see. The color is black. I can see it. Color is black. A name is outdoor street. Yes, definitely. This is outdoor street. Apart from the metadata is outdoor, building, street, person, walking, sidewalk. A group of people walking on a city street. See, wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. It has correctly, identified a group of people walking on the street. If you do more fine tuning the model, it can give you the correct output as the two people walking on the street. See the capability of Azure. So this was a small demonstration of how you can leverage the power of Azure AI services for your own use, for your day-to-day use. I don't know. I don't have a knowledge of ML, but I can even use it just with the help of API that it is providing to me. Right? Cool. Now let's move on to the next part. This is that's for the project. Okay. Now, Abhishek, tell me, how can I learn more about this? So you can just start skilling with the AI on Microsoft Learn by just going to the Learn at AI 2. You can just go with it. right? You can just connect the community. You can get credential, connect with the fellow people who are building something great with the Azure. You can just go, you can just take a screenshot of it, and based on that you can just start learning. Okay, now if you want to learn more about the Azure, you want to stay connected with the Azure AI community, lots of offers comes for the student, and different types of community events that are organized majorly for you people to join and learn from from the events. So for that you can just join our Azure AI community on Discord server. You can just take a screenshot of it, or scan the barcode. We'll just get to the Discord server of the Azure AI community. It's a quite incredible community. I have been a part of it since last 2 to 3 years, and I have learned a lot of things from it, right? Cool. And what next? What next? Okay. Cool. Now, if you like the session, I just want I just want you to give us a short feedback on how was the session, what did you like, what you didn't like. I just want you to give a small survey. It will just take 2 minutes of your time. It will help us a lot to in improving the services and the event that is being organized for you people. It's the event that is being organized absolutely for free, you people. So I just want you to scan this QR code, just for giving the survey, filling the survey feedback. It will just take 2 minutes of your time. You can just take a screenshot of it, and we'll just we'll get to know about it, right? So I hope you have taken the screenshot of it. Just feel free to give any sort of feedback. We won't be judging you on based on that, definitely. Now lastly, if you have any sorts of question, I'm open to that. Just I will be coming to that after closing the slides. And before that, if you just want to connect with me, you can just scan this QR code. You can find all the links where you can just connect with me over the LinkedIn, over the Instagram, over anywhere. This is my GitHub profile. You can just go and see the type of project that I use to build with the Azure AI and everything. So you can just scan the QR code, and you can just connect with me and follow the Azure AI developer community. So that's all for it, guys. So if you have any kind of sorts of question, I will be more than happy to answer it now.